Mariam, your story is incredible. If we may, we'll go back to when you were 18. You got in with the wrong guy, really, didn't you?
Yeah. Was in a bad relationship at that time, and the person I was with committed some fraud, and because I was involved in that crowd, I was later sentenced to quite a heavy prison sentence when expecting my first baby.
But this was now 7 years after,
Yeah.
because nothing happened then. But 7 years later, the police came and found you because you were involved in the fraud. When you went into court, is this true that you didn't think you were going to end up going to prison? So you were in a jumpsuit, 8 months pregnant, not thinking this was going to happen?
I don't think anybody would think they're going to go to prison. I don't think it's right to commit any crime, but I think at that time my life had changed so much. You know, I'd made some massive improvements in my life, and I didn't think that the judge would be so harsh.
So you ended up in a women's prison.
Yeah.
And at 8 months pregnant. I can't imagine what that moment was like when you heard the sentence. 3 months. You've got a month to go until you have the baby.
Mm.
What was that moment like?
I think when I was in the dock and the judge said, you know, you're going to go to jail, I looked at my mum, and for me, I was just thinking about, I don't want this to happen again. I wasn't thinking about the pregnancy. I was immediately thinking about what kind of change I can create so that in years to come, I'm not the mother and my daughter's not in that position.
Wow,
So
that went through your
immediately,
mind
straight away, that's what I thought of, yeah.
OK, so what happened when you went to prison?
So as soon as I went to prison, things got real. I never connected with my baby when I was in the community. It's only when I got to prison I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a baby here. And I started looking for things to do in prison. I found a mentor. I loved two mentors, ladies called Cass and Nadine. And they mentored me whilst I was in prison expecting my baby. And through that, I was able to connect and think about the things I really wanted to do with my life.
Did you have no fear then when you got in there?
Always,
was it terrifying?
Always fear, but my faith, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and my faith in Jesus, that's the only thing that kept me the whole time was, okay, yeah, I can do this because of my faith. Otherwise, it would have just not been possible.
How did the other prisoners treat you being pregnant?
I just had so much favour. Like, people always think, oh my God, what's going to happen? There is always mean people in prison, but I had so much favour. People were always kind to me, always making, you know, the officers were absolutely amazing. People took time off work to be in the labour room when I had my baby. Me and my daughter were born 3 days apart, so they did a birthday party for me at the hospital. It was a good experience.
And the birth itself was all right?
Horrendous.
Oh,
Horrible,
really?
horrible birth. Really, really tough birth, but we made it.
You did, you
Yeah,
made
we
it.
did.
And you're both out now.
As I said, in that time, I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do to make change? And I thought of the help I received from Project 507, and I thought, what could I do outside? Because when you go into prison, for me, I've met the most amazing people there. Probably the most intelligent women I've met were in prison. They just don't have a chance. And whilst you're in prison, you're already being signed up to go on benefits and to go into that kind of environment. There is no help for you when you leave. Whilst you're there, there's hundreds of organisations. So I thought about what I could do for women, all types of women, not just people that have been involved in the criminal justice system, but any woman who's interested in turning her life around, setting up a business. What could I do to help her? So I set up Mentor Matcher, which is an initiative that kind of connects more senior women in business to become mentors to women like me.
What's so incredible is you went straight out there and you said, Amanda Wakely, will you do it? She said yes, and everybody you've asked, nobody's said no, have they?
I haven't had a no. I've had people say, in September I would help you, I'm free then. I think that's better because they'll be more committed.
2 weeks away, so that you've got to chase them up and see if
Yeah.
they're going to say yes then. I mean, it is incredible how you've turned your life around, and I know you do obviously have regrets about what happened when you were younger.
Yeah.
But I wish you the very best of luck with this. And you were in the House of Commons recently as well, talking to them, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there, and that was really fun. But right now, I'm going to use all of that as a platform to help other women who have been through what I've been through. You know,
Wonderful.
We've got a female Prime Minister now. I'm hoping she can now help create changes in the criminal justice system for women in prison as well. So, yeah.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
coming on the
much.
show.
To see more moments like this, click here. And don't forget to subscribe.
What happened on the jump? And you were just showing me. I mean, you're doing amazingly, aren't you?
Yeah, my recovery is going really well. Obviously, it's still a very tough thing for me to talk about, but I'm working closely with my physios, my consultant and my psychologist, and obviously the support of my family and friends has been amazing.